Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host. I'm with you on the Cricket Happening show today, and it's a weekend cricket show. Um, well, we are talking about three Test matches here. One is South Africa versus India, where India in their quest South Africa is one place where India have never won a test series. So basically, with this particular team, as I said, it looks a bit. It's a very tall task with a lot of youngsters being inducted. That was the outcome, and India, it has taken time for them to get acclimatized to the South African conditions, and well, it was a very humiliating loss for India. India were defeated by an innings and 32 runs uh, inside 3 days. And that really says that, whether this Indian team was lacking some teeth. And then, as far as Australia versus Pakistan is concerned, the Test series, there is only one more Test match to go, but Pakistan definitely put up a good fight, no doubt about it. But the outcome was again the home team, Aussies, are on an absolute roll right now after the World Cup win. And here comes the Aussies getting their second win under their belt at the MCJ. And especially considering that it was a significant Boxing Day test, and Australia have already won it. Other than that, as far as cricket is concerned, New Zealand versus Bangladesh, the first T20. Bangladesh have never ever beaten New Zealand in New Zealand in a T20 match, and this was their first ever T20 victory over New Zealand in New Zealand. So definitely that's great credit to the Bangladesh team. And besides that, we also have the some cricket news which is coming along our way, which I'll be talking about. But everything will be a bit of a sort of a real brief, one could call. So first, I'm heading towards South Africa versus India, the first test at the Centurion, where, as I said, it was a humiliating innings and 32 runs runs defeat for India. And the match getting over within 3 days. Now, talking about this Indian batting lineup, as I said, there are a lot of youngsters. Yashasvi Jaiswal is someone who made his debut against the West Indies, but on really hard and bouncy pitches in South Africa is where the real test comes for the Indians. And Shubman Gill, if you look at the card, the experience is only about Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. And KL Rahul, absolutely. What an innings from KL Rahul. Just gutsed it out there, carved a wonderful innings to give India some respectability with an innings of 101 of 137 deliveries, which included 14 fours and 4 sixes. And he formed the fulcrum of the Indian batting when India were bowled out for 245. Kagiso Rabada, the experienced bowler, picking up 5 wickets for 59. A very good debut for Nandre Burger, who has he has already made his cut very well into international cricket. And what a start for him, for Nandre Burger, picking up 3 wickets for 50 runs and being the left armer with the pace and the swing. He, according to me, is really penciled in for the future for South Africa. Other than that, the South Africa, when they batted, they really raised a very huge total of 408, which was driven by that man who is definitely is in his playing his swan song Test series, Dean Elgar. And what a knock from him! Look at that knock of his: 185 runs, 28 boundaries included in that. Other than that, we had Tony DeZorzi making 28. David Bedingham had a very good debut. David Bedingham, I have to say, of little that I saw of David Bedingham, he's looking very fluent at the crease. makes batting look pretty easy, and some of his strokes were really breathtaking, according to me, because he really shows that David Bedingham is someone who is showing some real class as far as Test cricket is concerned. So David Bedingham, I think he is definitely here to stay. Of what little I saw him, what an innings from him. I mean, making his debut against India, 56 of 87 deliveries, which included 7 fours and 2 sixes. And very strong lad as well, tall and really has some good shots in the book, especially the pull shot that he hit for sixes as well, which was really very good. Marco Hansen, a handsome contribution of 84 with 11 fours and 1 6, and South Africa taking a huge lead against India on a track which I would say there was a bit of assistance, definitely for the bowlers, but I think the Indian bowling is definitely lacking teeth. I mean, Jasprit Bumrah, he did his job, 4 for 69, 2 for 91 for Mohammad Siraj. But yes, if you look at that weak links in the Indian bowling attack, it is Prasidh Krishna, who was specifically selected for the South African tour to basically because of his height, where he can really generate a lot of bounce. But look at the outcome. The outcome is not really in favor of Prasidh Krishna. He was making his debut 1 for 93. Shardul Thakur also disappointed. Well, he does not have any pace, so one can understand that. But Prasidh Krishna, I was hoping that he could really make an impression. It was not to be. Shardul Thakur 1 for 101. Ashwin had 1 for 41. And for India, it was always going to be difficult. But no one thought that India would be meekly surrendering their innings and losing the match within 3 days, as the Indians were bowled out for 131. The highest scorer this time being none other than the experienced Virat Kohli, who contributed 76, 12 fours and 1 6. And the game was over, as I said, within 3 days. India suffering innings and 32 runs defeat against the South Africans. Rabada 2 for 32, 4 for 33 for Nondre Burger. And as I said, a marvelous debut for Nondre Burger, 3 for 36 for Marco Hansen. But one analysis over here that I would like to talk about. One thing that I mean, this is my opinion on the cricket show. Well, if you look at this Indian team composition, yes, you're getting the young talent out. Yashasvi Jaiswal, Shubman Gill. Yes, one understands that. But when you look back, and especially considering that South Africa is the only place where India have not gone and won a Test series. So considering that in mind, I thought India should have really plumped for some experience. Probably had Cheteshwar Pujara, who is still, I mean, I really am really surprised that Cheteshwar Pujara has not been a part of the squad. I mean, he has been scoring. Yes, age is not on his side, but look at the way he has been playing in the English county cricket. He has been scoring runs by the ton, and he's not having an opportunity here. He's not figuring in the Indian team, which to me is a bit surprising. And Ajinkya Rahane too, I think he still has some batting left in him as far as tests are concerned. So I was just thinking that if you say that India have never, I mean, South Africa is the only place where India have never won a test match, why not go in for experience rather than youth, at least for this particular tour? So I'm a bit surprised here. One only hopes that the Indian young guns could actually acclimatize to the South African conditions, because Test cricket, let me tell you, it's a different ball game. Let's not talk about T20s and ODIs; those are different. But Test match is a question of technique, and basically, as I said, it's a different ball game. So that's just my opinion on this cricket show as far as India versus South Africa is concerned. And now, turning our attention down under, Australia versus Pakistan, and Pakistan once again. I mean, this particular second Test match, which is a very significant Boxing Day Test match, I thought Pakistan did well. They really gave a good fight, but in the end, the outcome was in the favor of the Australians, as Australia won by 79 runs. They've already won the Test series here. 2-0 with only one final test match to come at the SCG, at the Sydney Cricket Ground, where we all know that David Warner is in his swan song Test series, and he'll be playing the last Test match of his career at the SCG. So let's look at this Australia versus Pakistan, where Australia won the match by 79 runs. Australia batting first, making 318 on the board. And if you look at it, Labuschagne made 63. We had contributions from Usman Khwaja, 42, David Warner, 38, 41 from Mitchell Marsh, 318 was the total. Yes, one has to give credit to these Pakistani bowlers, especially considering that they were a very, very crippled side. They lost spinners. They lost Khurram Shahzad, who was impressive in the first test, going back to Pakistan. And then the onus was on Shaheen Afridi. There has been a talk going on that this Pakistan team is lacking a bit of pace. Shaheen Afridi picked up 2 wickets. Mir Hamza was impressive, especially in the second innings, more than the first. 2 for 51 for Mir Hamza. Then we had Hassan Ali, 2 for 61, and Amir Jamal continuing his good work that he did in the first test, 3 for 64. Pakistan replied with 264. Not a bad effort there. With Shafiq, definitely a very, very classy player for Pakistan, making a very useful contribution, 62, 5 boundaries. Shan Masood, the captain, showing that he's someone who is really going to take the attack to the Australians. 54 with 3 fours and 1 6. Rizwan showing his importance. Rizwan being preferred. I mean, Sarfraz Ahmed was dropped, and Mohammad Rizwan replaced him. And Mohammad Rizwan 42 of 51 balls. And I always thought that Mohammad Rizwan for Pakistan should be a permanent fixture because Mohammad Rizwan is someone, he has been consistent, and I see no reason why Mohammad Rizwan should not be a permanent member of this Pakistan Test team. 42 of 51 deliveries, 1 4 and 1 6. Amir Jamal really surprising everybody. I mean, the Aussies definitely could have got a bigger lead. Yes, it was quite a different thing altogether that the Aussies won the Test match. But one can say that at a time when the score was looking at 215 for 7, one thought the Aussies would quickly wrap it up, but it was not to be because of the resistance given by by Amir Jamal, only playing his second test of his career. But what a knock from him. I mean, not out 33, 4 fours, 1 6, and Pakistan conceding not a big lead, 56 runs lead to Australia. And it was a 5-wicket bag for Pat Cummins and a 4-wicket bag for Nathan Lyon, the right-arm offie. Australia in the second innings, with the 56 runs, I have to really, really commend the Pakistani bowlers for a superb bowling effort, an excellent bowling spell from the Pakistani bowlers. Name it, Shaheen Afridi, Mir Hamza, and they were the one who were the wreckers. Shaheen Afridi and Mir Hamza really putting the Aussies on the back foot at 16 for 4. I mean, it looked like the Pakistan were going to take wickets every delivery. Tremendous bowling, one thought, from both, and especially I consider the wicket of Travis Head to be the best. What a delivery from Mir Hamza. He got an absolute nip backer, the ball pitcher, and it was with some pace as well. And Travis Head was dismissed for a first ball blob. But what a delivery from Mir Hamza. So definitely impressed Mir Hamza. Not in the first innings, but in the second innings, he really showed some real great skills. Does not have a lot of pace, but definitely has the swing on offer. And Shaheen Afridi and Mir Hamza putting the Aussies on the back foot. But Aussies recovering, and one has to say, the Pakistan fielder, especially Abdullah Shafiq in the slips, had butterfingers. Basically, he dropped David Warner, and now he drops another catch where if that catch could have been taken, it was a regulation catch, and there was no reason why this catch could not be taken. But whatever happened did not, it only went against the Pakistanis, as Mitchell Marsh benefited very, very highly from it to crack 96 runs with 13 fours on a very tough situation, one could call. And Alex Carey providing some good support as well, which is 53 with 8 boundaries, which led them to 262, thus setting the Pakistanis. And as far as the bowling concerned, as I said, Shahin Shah Afridi and Mir Hamza sharing the spoils, and a very good bowling effort. And as far as the second innings was concerned, the Pakistan were, again it was again going to be very difficult with the Aussie bowlers, and definitely the Aussie bowlers stuck to their task beautifully, and they dismissed the Pakistanis for 237, with Pat Cummins, the captain, producing some superb deliveries, especially in the first innings. The delivery to dismiss Babar Azam was an absolute beauty. And here another pearler this time, in the second dig for Pakistan, by the bowler. I thought it was Hazelwood, bowling a similar delivery to get rid of Babar Azam. Pakistan 237 all out, losing the match by 79 runs. But as I said, Pakistan definitely put up a much better effort, showing more courage, more bravery in really attacking the Aussie bowlers. But if you look at that particular card, I think Sean Masood rarely led from the front. 60 of 71 balls, 7 boundaries, 41 coming from Babar Azam, another important contribution, and Aga Salman keeping it going. But then let's talk about the Mohammad Rizwan catch. Now, a lot of controversy were going. We had some real funny moments in this particular game as well. The third umpire actually getting caught in a lift and not being able to enter the ground. Some 6 to 7 minutes being lost. And one thing that I would like to say, talking about Mohammad Rizwan's dismissal, there was a lot of things being written. Now, let's understand one thing here, folks, that we already have the system in place. There is a DRS, there is a tracker, there is a ball tracker, everything is there. And the third umpire who is sitting there, you have to accept the decision that is given by the third umpire. Because they are looking at action replays, they're looking at slow-mos, and then you're getting the verdict out. So Mohammad Rizwan was absolutely angry. I mean, he's such a cool customer, but Mohammad Rizwan was not willing to walk back. Yes, one could see that there was definitely the ball had probably not probably the ball had probably hit the wristband of Mohammad Rizwan's gloves, and it had gone into Carey's gloves, so the bowling of Cummins. So Mohammad Rizwan, also there is a lot being made about Mohammad Rizwan with the director, the Pakistan manager Mohammad Hafiz, also saying that that was not the right dismissal. Well, in my opinion, as long as I saw this particular dismissal with the slow-mos which is being shown on TV, I felt that Mohammad Rizwan, definitely that was the ball had probably hit the wristband. So one does not know. I mean, these umpires and all are in place. I mean, we have technology now which actually determines whether a person is out or not. Yes, there has been some sort of fallibilities, but I think in this case, I think I will go with Australia. Mitchell Stark 4 wickets, and Pat Cummins, what a match from him. His second 10-wicket haul in Test cricket. And Pat Cummins is bowling extremely well. I mean, I know, he's a captain who is absolutely pumped up right now. I mean, he has the World Cup under his belt now, and here he comes with a 10-wicket bag. And now the scene moves on in the new year on 3rd of January, where the Australia take on Pakistan in the third test match. It will be at the SCG, which would be the swan song test of a wonderful Australian batsman, David Warner. Okay. Now, just wanted to tell you that Bangladesh stunning New Zealand in the first T20. That was absolutely great. I think the Bangladesh team should be absolutely commended for it. They restricted New Zealand to 134 for 9 with a good bowling effort from the ball of Shariful Islam, 3 wickets, 2 wickets to Mahedi Hassan, and 2 wickets to Mustafizur Rahman. And Bangladesh knocking it off with, as I said, this is the first ever win against New Zealand in New Zealand in a T20 match. And that is definitely something very exciting. They did something which they have not done in New Zealand in the ODI series, as you know, and now they have did it in the T20s. They already won a test match in New Zealand. That was last year, I reckon. So definitely, Bangladesh are definitely looking forward. There's a lot of talent in this Bangladesh batting lineup. Bangladesh team, 42 from Liton Das, and that was the win for Bangladesh. So Bangladesh definitely stunning New Zealand by 5 wickets in the and what a hello everybody. Yes, my friend, I'm able to see. Thank you very much for coming into my cricket show. Thank you, my friend. As long as you're enjoying my cricket show, that's about it. Good to know that you're enjoying my cricket show. Well, now the next thing that I would like to talk about, just looking at some cricket news here. One thing I have to talk about is well, South Africa have named the squad with Neil Brand as the new, as the brand new. I mean, it's not have any experience of international cricket, and he has been named the captain. The reason why is because the South African domestic tournament, T20 tournament, is going to be played, and all the South African players are going to be doing duty on the South African domestic scene, where the South African team actually embark on a New Zealand tour, and there are only 7 cap players in this Test series. So, to me, I think ICC should start looking into it because this is international cricket, and I think it would be a loss for the cricket boards as well, because if you're going to have a no contest with South Africa going to New Zealand, and if at all it is going to, and if New Zealand are just such a strong side and they're going to play in New Zealand, and if South Africa is going to basically, as I said, if it's going to turn into a no contest by any chance, I think international cricket has to be given precedence, and or probably the scheduling has to be done in such a manner that international cricket gets precedence. Anyway, this is for the authorities to really look at it. This is just my take on this cricket show as far as that is concerned. And besides that, the last news that I could give it to you is, the captain, the Sri Lankan captain, Kushal Mendes, is going to be Sri Lanka's ODI captain from now on, and Manindu Hasaranga will lead the Sri Lankans in the T20s. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I think it became a long cricket show here. I hope you all loved the broadcast, and looking forward to more company from you all. Till such time, I meet you all tomorrow on the Sunday cricket show. It's all over from here for now, and rest in the next. And good night.